It might help if I had my mic down. There we go. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. We made it to the best day of the week, and you know what we're doing today. You know. Oh, it is my favorite day. Maybe not in general, but of work days. Of work days, definitely the best one. Melissa, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Congrats on your first week back. I hope that it was a good one. I hope that it was easy. Everybody was nice. And if they weren't, you tell me about them. Let me know. You are the first in, Melissa. As well, hello to Good Engines and Roxana on YouTube. Welcome in, folks. Good to see you. Oh, Melissa, thank you for the tiny tiny. That's too kind of you. You don't got to do that, but I appreciate you. Scooping up the gold early. Melissa, have you seen our map that we've been working on? We've been making some good progress on this one. Here, I'll put it up there for a second while I get my TikTok feed working because it is not working. I think I got to do, there we go, WebSocket. Then I need to stop. Then I need to do this. I need to do. I think that should have done it. There it is. Let's go. Good engines. That is quite a question. Y'all, there's some interesting. I hesitate to say it because I don't want to be mean, but it does feel like there's some bot behavior on YouTube. And Good Engines, I don't know if your question is intentional or not. Roxana's definitely rolling through it, but do you like popular chainsaws? I have been asked. You can tell because the YouTube bots they always say like said hi. They're trying to bait you to respond. Melissa, for sure. What's your writing question? I'm happy to talk about it. Can't get my cup past my microphone. Oh, Melissa, I think it might have censored the other half of whatever you're asking. Because all I got was sometimes asterisk. Jake Hartman on YouTube, my guy. What's up? Good to see you. You said we need some Blade Runner bot hunters. I've never seen Blade Runner, y'all. Confession time. Oh, Melissa, good question. Do I always outline or do I pants it sometimes? I prefer to outline. That's just what works better for me, but it's totally up to what works for you. And also, I am really weak at plotting in general. That's the aspect of writing that I'm worst at. So I tend to plan ahead of time, but I know other authors that are more confident in what they're doing will are more confident in their plan, I should say. But for me, I'm definitely a little bit less confident, so I try to plot it all ahead of time. Sorry, y'all. I was trying to time out one of the bots that are annoying me on YouTube. Yeah, it's this bot by the name of Jake Hartman on YouTube. Never seen this guy before. Shadow Hunter 420. My God, that's a comment. Happy Friday, my dude. He made me laugh. I'll say that. But Melissa, sorry, I know I was distracted as I was answering. Feel free to try both. Try whatever strategy you want. Um, you could pants it. You could plot it. You can go back and forth. Really, each book is unique, and do what feels best for you. Shadowhunter, well, you succeeded, my friend. Welcome in. We are gonna make maps today. So here's the map we've been working on. Yeah, Melissa, just don't let the plotting detract from your writing. Like, don't let it stop you from writing. You can always go back and change things in edits. I'm in the middle of a miserable edit right now, so trust me, it's very true. You can always go back and change things in editing. So yeah, just keep that forward momentum. That's what I say. Jake Hartman, you said, turns out I'm an advanced AI. We've wasted millions developing me. That sounds like something an AI would say, though. I fully believe that is absolutely how an AI would pitch that. Hey, Josh, what's up, my dude? I miss seeing that little raccoon profile picture hanging out. Good to see ya. How you been? I'm going to go ahead and group these flames and their crevices together. Fajin, what's up? Man, we got everybody's rolling in right now. Good to see you too. Hope you're doing well on this Friday morning. Y'all, congratulations. I need my camera to be a bit lower. My hands are like in front of me and you can barely see them. Congratulations. We made it to Friday. You know what that means. 1, it means we're making maps. 2, it means the weekend's coming up tomorrow. Oh, is there a better combo? There we go. The flames have been grouped, so now I can do this and move both elements at the same time. Alright, y'all, so we got a good design going here for the Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear. And it even looks pretty... I was really worried... I was really worried that it was going to look too plain compared to all the other colorful areas. We have the Citadel and Shadow of Sin is so bright with its magma and fire and volcano. And then the goblins in their swamp is so green and vibrant. I thought the plains would blend in, but we did a good job with it, y'all. Especially when we finish out the regions above and below it, it's going to really blend in nicely, I think. Jake Hartman on YouTube, you're an advanced AI. What were you originally developed to do? Let me know. What were those millions spent on? What was the objective? AJ Nelson, good to see you, buddy. My morning's going good. I got good coffee. I got my Cowboy Bob mug. We're rocking and rolling. It's a beautiful morning in Houston. The fish are alive in the canal outside. I don't know what's going on, but there's like, looking at the water, I can see like 40, 50 swarms of minnows on the surface, just like bubbling around. I don't know what's going on. But no, it's good. It's good. How about you, AJ? What you got going on? How's your Friday? Josh, there is a better combo. You're on vacation next week. Do you have the weekend off too? So you got a weekend into vacation, my dude? Hey, you deserve it. You deserve it. I hope that's the case. Okay, y'all, I want to try something really crazy. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I feel like we gotta populate these plains, right? I want there to be more grass here. Can we just do like a lot of grass on it and see what that looks like? Hey, Simp1X, welcome in, my dude. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. There was a comment I missed. Oh, Melissa, wonder where Raffi is. Raffi might have overslept or something. Raffi has sleepless nights sometimes. So we give him a break if he's not here right on time. Just one though. Just one. Then we take him down. Josh, you said today is your Flex Friday, so you're off today, the weekend, the week, and next weekend. Holy cow, Josh. 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 9, 10. You got 10 days in a row, my guy. Rock on. That's awesome. I am most happy for you. Yo, I think this is gonna look terrible, but I want to morbidly try it. I want to just stick grass like all around in here. I think it's not gonna look good. And I'm gonna need a second type of grass if I'm gonna do it. So yeah, if we zoom out, like I don't love how that looks, you know. Roxana on YouTube, hello, hello. If you are not a bot, say you're not a bot. And I apologize for the accusation. Impage, hello, my friend. Welcome in. Y'all, I need your brutally honest opinion on the grass. If we put something else in here, can we make it look good? Because currently I don't love it. I'm not a fan. We need something to fill the plains up, you know? Maybe this could do it if we make this grass, you know, a different color. You know, you don't think it looks that bad, Impage? Yeah, we could stick some rocks and boulders and stuff in here. Rock on. Gearbox! Haha, my dude, good to see you. Welcome in. What's going on, man? Your schedule changed. You're not supposed to be here. We're happy to have you. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hey, check the map out. We've been working hard on this bad boy. I love how colorful it is. You know, Gearbox changed their work schedule got changed. They haven't been able to hang out with us lately, but they are here today. Oh, so every 10 weeks you flop days from nights to days to nights and vice versa. Dang, dude, that's rough. Well, glad you're back though. So does this mean we got 10 weeks now of Gearbox? And it's 12s. Whew. My guy, that's brutal. You need to sync up with Josh. It was Josh, right? Yeah, who's on the edge of an incredible vacation coming up. I don't think this grass is gonna do it for me, this little one, but we're gonna give it a fair shot. Let's see what we can do here. Nah, it's not the right style of art. I didn't recognize that until just now. It's too cartoony for the rest of the map. Away it goes. Away with you, bad grass. The 10 weeks of Gearbox. I agree, Impage. Bo, good morning. Good to see you. Man, what are y'all's weekend plans? You got good stuff lined up? I hope so. Oh, I know what it was. Where was it? Melissa, it's Bagel Friday at work. Nice, nice, nice. Gotta love that. You get your first weekend back. But then someone else, AJ, there it was. I'm currently crocheting a baby blanket for my tattoo artist's baby shower. That is a r/brand new sentence, but also very wholesome. I hope they love it. I hope it's a good shower too. Alright, we got... What is that? Rocky cliff with ramps? What? Y'all, how did I not know this exists? A cliffside with a road going down it? Oh, jeez. Oh, man, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. I didn't know that was there. Leroy, you're finally off the 6-day work week? Like, as in you're off from a 6-day work week, or you are off permanently of that schedule? Because either way, congratulations, but welcome in, my friend. Happy Friday to you. I was looking for boulders because I was thinking someone suggested boulders might make this look a bit better, but I'm not really seeing a lot. Probably I can get it in the fantasy battle maps library. That's a little more zoomed in. Yeah, it's gonna be there. We got some here. I'm worried the scale's gonna be off on them though. There's some cool stuff in here though. Let's just grab a rock. Yeah, it's a little bit big. I don't know if that's gonna look right. AJ, you are on the crunch time for that baby blanket. It's gonna be cool though. Leroy, you're from the schedule, my guy. You're free. All right, congratulations, dude. Celebrations are in order. Y'all, I really like having these rocks in here. I don't know if they're gonna be like if they work, but I feel like it just fits the vibe of this place of just like, yeah, there's nothing here but like crappy brittle grass, the weird ghost flame thing going on, and then big old rocks. You just can't do anything with. It's not just a boulder; it's a rock. Gearbox, you said you wanted to stop in and give love, but you're off to bed. Hey, we appreciate you being here, my friend. Have a good one, Gearbox. We look forward to the schedule swap, my man. I want the 10 weeks of Gearbox back. Rest up, dude. We'll catch you on the next one. CJ on YouTube, my friend. Hello. Welcome to Fantasy Map Friday. We're making a fantasy map from a book. Feel free to suggest region names or objects to make them go in there, make the regions more populated, etc., etc. We do this like this one that we made with chat feedback. So this is the last map we made, y'all. Pretty. It's pretty. I'm pretty happy with it. Did a lot of good work on it together. I love everybody's suggestion. Beautiful names like Verdant Maw and Wheatmere, Whisper Reef Thicket. I love it. I love it, y'all. I'll be posting this one on socials today. I forgot. I forgot to do that, so we're gonna get the progress pics and the finished one up on socials today. Jake Hartman, you said the wife is finally back from field training. I'm ready. I'm ready to not be outnumbered by kids. Oh man, that's got to be brutal. What was her field training though? That's pretty sick. Yuck. Good to see ya. How you doing? Jack Ann as well. Welcome in. You remember that one, huh? The Well of the Dark Lord, silent but deadly. Y'all aren't gonna let that one go. Look how much better that instantly made it. Let me get this in frame. I noticed that these rocks were a layer too high on the flame, and when I hold, please. When I make him down lower one layer, look how much better that looks. Instantly just, oh well, another grass is actually. There we go. There we go. Now it's better. Impage said, I know it's scarce wasteland, but with the well there, maybe we could add some building ruins. We could. It'd be a little bit rough with the crater. Like, it's kind of busy around there. We could throw some in right in here if we wanted to. But I feel like it kind of goes against the vibe of the plains. I want it to be just like nothing out there, really. No safety from the sun and the elements when you're here. That was kind of the vibe with like the trees that are dead, no leaves, they give no shade, and then just like crappy knee-high grass doesn't really help. Just a miserable place. Really happy place here in the Dark Lord's domain, you know? Just everything is so pleasant. I appreciate the suggestion though, Impage. Baker731, artwork looks great. You've been super consistent too. Well, thank you, Baker. I appreciate that, man. Happy Friday to you. You got good weekend plans coming up? Hopefully something to be excited about. Jack Ann, you're right. I really want this to just give the vibe of, oh, you know, abandoned hope and paralyzing fear, like the name. I don't know how to finish this though, y'all. What are we doing? Like I don't hate the grass, but I don't love the grass. Um, what could we put in there? We need something to fill space. Look for cooler grass. Yeah, we could try that. We can see what grasses we got going. Oh, this is a cool one. I love this. You can like put it on hilltops and stuff. That could be interesting. I mean, that's you know, that's like way too zoomed in, but it could look cool. Ooh, on the crater rim, it could look like little spikes if we made it the right color. Josh, you said a pillar of rocks for more flames. More flames? We don't have enough flames already? Going all in on those flames. Let me get this hue right. This is silly. I shouldn't be spending time on this. We're just playing with it though. Turn that saturation down. See if we can match the color of the spikes. That's decent. I think it clogs up the area though. Alright, enough of my distraction. The grass was cool. Is there a stamp that looks like cracked earth? There is, I'm sure, Jack Ann. Good question. I'm sure there's a stamp like that. Also, Tina. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. Josh, you fully derailed me. Y'all with the fart jokes are just killing me. Dark Lord, silent but deadly. The flames of eternal, silent but deadly destiny. Oh, well, thank you, Tina. I'm glad you like it. We've been making it with Stream. Chat has been giving me input on all of our little regions here. And right now we're working on the Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear. Lovely little place, you know? Paul, welcome in, dude. Good to see you. Are you kidding me? Y'all, we spent all that time making lava rivers, and look at this. There is a stamp for lava. Like, it's cracked ground with lava in it, but still. Rude. That's fine. My lava rivers look incredible. I'm happy with that output. Paul having flashbacks to the Friday where I spent the entire stream working on lava rivers. Oh, how about some... Y'all want some beans? Get some beans up in here. What is this? This is like a omelet type deal. Like a it's in the breakfast section. You get an egg. We're on the stamp hunt right now, y'all. See what we can find. Magic beans next to silent but deadly. Oh my god, y'all are out of control. It's a coconut. What? This isn't... I guess I looked up crack because I wanted, like, cracked earth. I got cracked eggs and cracked coconuts instead. Which, I mean, is not wrong. I can't fault that as for coming up in the search results. Okay, nothing for that. What would we call that? Crevice, maybe? I don't know what to call, like, shattered earth. Cracked earth. Impage, we're pushing the rating of stream here. Oh my god. I don't see any cracked earth. I like where you're... I forget who suggested that. Was that Jack Ann? I like where your head's at, though, with that. It's definitely something like that. Canyon. Yeah, Paul, I hesitate to use canyons because I've overused them when making rivers and stuff. You know, we got these cliff sides here, and then if we go up here, we got more ravines going on. Like, I overuse them, so I'm trying to avoid it. But something to that effect. Let's at least see what it's got for me, right? Apparently, it's got nothing. I think it's just a glitch, though. Like, sometimes when you search, and then you change asset library, it doesn't show you the results for the new asset library. But it looks like there's just nothing coming up for Canyon. Alright. I don't know. Like, Cliff. Cliff is how I make the canyons, but there's got to be a pre-built one. All right, this is kind of interesting, y'all. There's like these like hilltop, or kind of like I don't know, like almost like they're supposed to be like hills, but they look to me like stacked stones. I feel like we could do something with that. Happy Monday, Sam. Good to see you. Oh, happy Friday. You said map day. I read it as Monday. Y'all, it ain't. Whew, it ain't Monday. I couldn't take that. I have worked way too much this week. It could not be Monday right now. Yeah, I know. Don't scare me like that. I'm so sorry. Now it's really not a PG stream. Oh no. It's okay, guys. False alert. False alert. It is still Friday. I promise. These are interesting. I feel like we could maybe make some like cairns in here. Cairns. That would be interesting. Yeah, they're like a retaining wall, right? But like if I feel like if we, come down here, put one like that, grab another one. No. Okay, well, I didn't mean to spin them both. Just one. You could like build your own cairn out of it. Karen, says Josh. Yes, the ancient and mighty Karen. Like you could totally build like your own little stone pile here, make it kind of like a barrow. Get some Barrow White vibes going if we wanna be Lord of the Ringsy. And then yeah, they're pretty. You're right. Oh, you're so right, Impage. Never mind. Abandoned plan. The perspective's all off. They're a top-down view, and we have an isometric view for the map. I always mess that up. All right, I'm just gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm sorry that y'all can't see it too well. I'm just gonna not search. Not search anything specific. I'm just gonna go through the asset library and see what comes up. Like, let's look at the actual categories. I wonder if I wish there was a way I could show it to y'all. If we do like, well, that's if we do display capture and not infinite Alex's, so. Hold on, we can fix this. Send this over to here. There you you can see kind of more of the assets there. Paul, you said in one of my classes this week they met the Kraken couple, Carl and Karen. Their son was mad because they kicked him out of the ocean. What is that in reference to? I am not aware. Alright, these are a little too much. We already got the crystals going on. Oh, the Karen comment. Gotcha. Gotcha. Paul, remind me what grade level you teach? Ooh, there's some cool creepy trees in here, y'all. I'm gonna slap one of these down real quick, because that's a cool... Nope, that's the wrong way. That's a cool looking creep. That tree actually looks like it might even be better in here. I know it's zoomed out right now, it's hard for you to see, but that's a cool looking tree. We're gonna come back to that. A burning tree, Impage. That's interesting. That is interesting. God, those trees look so much better. We found the trees. Ooh, you know what about some big creepy mushrooms, y'all? That could be good. Alright, let's go back to the normal view. Oh, no. I want you to be big. Big mushrooms. Oh, yeah, AJ, this is inkcarnate.com. Free map maker. Yo, I like these. What do we think on these trees? I feel like these are way better than the other trees that we had. I'm a huge fan of them. I mean, this one's kind of cool because it's got like a scary little face on it, But this just fits the art style better, I feel. I'm gonna mess with a few of these. Let's. Oh boy. Mushrooms usually like it wet. This place looks drier than the Dark Lord's backside. I don't even know if that's an insult. I don't know what to make of that. We could make these mushrooms like a weird, sickly blue color. I mean, I know that's still white right there. Well, Impage, that is a valid observation, but canonically speaking, the Dark Lord in this book is very magmatic. Like he's like a big walking suit of armor, stony armor, and he's got like he like literally cries a lava tear at one point. So he is very hot and dry, I suppose, very fiery. I'm not sure I love the mushrooms here. Yeah, I think the mushrooms are giving the wrong vibe. No more mushrooms. Um, all right, let's. I'm gonna lose these old trees, which makes me sad because I love their little mean faces on them. But these trees are just so much better. Why are you sideways? Oh god, these trees are just horrendous. I love it. Look at it. Look at how foul they look. Oh, they've been color shifted. That's why. I messed it up. Hold, please. We fix. I liked their original color, I think. There we go. And now we get rid of you, and we put that there. Now I think we need to make them smaller. Um, Lava slash magma is a plasma, I think. Well, they're different things too. I've had to learn this because I was writing a lit RPG that involved a lot of lava and magma, and I had to get their definitions down. But I think they're technically a plasma, but I'm not certain. All right, this grass is too big compared to the trees. All right, how's that? You know what? I need to scale these trees next to other trees on the map. They're still too big. Something like that. There we go. All right, so what size is this at? 310. So we'll grab you, you, you. You can't see that one, but you and you. And then we're going to put you all to 310 on your scale. They're a little bit small, but I think they work. They're a little bit small, though. We're going to size them up just a little bit here. There we go. I want them to be visible, you know, when we zoom out like this. They should be distinct at this you know, bird's eye view. Melissa, happy little accidents. Yeah, they're they are happy accidents. Bo, you said perhaps some abandoned roads or creatures crawling through. Yeah, creatures are hard at this level of zoom and this style of map, so I'm probably not going to do creatures. But some abandoned roads could work. You know, I was kind of working on the suggestion of one. I had kind of like blemished the landscape right here with it. We could keep that going a little bit. Let's do a little bit of painting, y'all. Let's see, how's this brush? Well, it needs to be on the foreground first of all. Alright, that'll do. Let's make it smaller. And we need to drop that opacity. And we're going to just blemish this bad boy in there. Harpy, what's up? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Hope we got a good weekend planned for you. There we go. I love how that looks, y'all. Like it's a little dark, creepy road here. We're going to blemish it in, though, don't you worry. We can't make it too distinct. Can't make it too easy for adventurers to know how to get through here. Considering the road is literally, almost literally, walk straight across the landscape. Alright. Here's my gray brush. Make it bigger. Keep that opacity low. We're just going to smudge in here. Smudge, 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 smudge. And then a little more smudgy. Oh, that was too much. We lost it. I think that's good. I think we got a good suggestion of a road there. I don't want to obliterate it from existence. But let's get a little more of the creepy white color smudged in as well. Once you get me smudging, y'all. God, that sounds like a euphemism. PG stream, Alex. PG stream. Alright, quick save here for the 392 changes we've made so far that I haven't saved. Alright, we still gotta fill the landscape in though. We still haven't found something to finish filling. Like, I still don't love that grass. It just looks a bit off. Paul, could the area be enchanted so time goes faster or something? It feels like it takes... Oh, that's creepy, dude. Feels like it takes months to travel a mile. That's horrible. I hate that. I mean, as in, it's a great idea. It's absolutely horrible to imagine. Let's get back to these stamps. I was just trying to look through it for something to finish up that landscape with. Points of interest. This could have something good in it. Let's pop over to my... You can see a bit better my stamps. Boy, oh boy. I think we've looked at this before on this stream, but y'all literally just borrowed literally right out of Lord of the Rings. Some pyramids. Here's some old ruins. I'm starting to think ruins are going to have to be the way to go here, y'all. I don't know if these are the right perspective. Obviously not the right size. I just want y'all to see them. I'm starting to think ruins are going to how we need to populate this landscape a little bit. Because the grass ain't cutting it, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and take out some of this grass. You have failed me for the last time. Weird white grass. Not all of you, just you know, a third to half. I think that the grass would work better if we committed better to the density of it, or less. Like it was in between, right? It needed to be like a full commit or a half commit, one of the two. But I was like 3/4 commit. So yeah, it already looks better like that, I think. Still a bit too much grass maybe, but... Glaucoma Gulch is completely smudged out, says Jake. Good lord. Glaucoma Gulch. That's a tongue twister, dude. A lot of back of the throat noises there. Alright, would this work? Would this art style match? Not really, but we can find one. Let's go to Parchment World and grab ruins. Oh, Impage! That's interesting. Ghost buildings. I do know that they have like different... They have a whole spooky asset pack somewhere. Where is it? Here's a gothic horror one. Why was I not just living in this pack? Oh, Paul, that sounds horrible. That sounds horrible, dude. Hell is waking up on Friday and Alex decides not to stream, but it happens every day. No thank you. Alright, so this is the wrong... This is Watercolor Cities, which we're not using much of. Let's get on to maybe Parchment World? Or Fantasy World. Do we have anything spooky, though? Other names as otherwise known as Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah. Yeah. Huh, I don't see spooky outside of the watercolor cities, but I feel like it should exist outside of that. Not seeing much though. Tumbleweed's not a bad suggestion, Josh. The most useless plant. Tumbleweed fans everywhere in a riot. I do like the idea of like the ghost buildings, but I just can't find anything for it. Mist could work. You know what? That's not a bad idea, Impage. Mist would kind of, you know, cloud it up a little bit, make it a bit harder to see what's going on. All right. I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of this. I think I gotta search cloud for it. Yeah, here we go. Clouds. Should they be a color, y'all? And obviously we're gonna lower the opacity on them. I feel like a color could be good on them. Let's actually up the opacity for a minute while we're looking at. No, never mind. Because they're gonna be at this opacity level, so we need to view them. We need to view them at in the opacity they're going to be for when we mess with it. It looks like it's not really adding a lot of color though. I feel like it'd be gray or blue. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. But you know what? It looks like the clouds really aren't changing their color much. We're getting a bit here. Kind of like that, maybe. It's hard to see, y'all. It is changing color. It's just faint. Toxic spores or hot springs. I like the toxic spores idea. So this is blue. This is kind of blue here. So we could, you know, we could put this around in here somewhere. I think the opacity still needs to be a little bit lower. All right, so like that's kind of it, right? We could slap a few more down in here. Oh man, I just had a thought. Might be kind of hard to execute, because like I like these clouds, right? They're kind of cool. They're the foggy vibe. Yeah, that makes sense, Impage. That's what I was thinking. There's a secondary color in it that's changing when I mess with the color. All right, y'all, bear with me. I got a little idea for what we could do here. Let me move these clouds out of here. We'll put them back if we don't like this, but I got a bit of an idea here. What if let's get a round cloud. We got anything generally round shape? You're close enough. No. We need something like you. All right, and we're gonna put that opacity up. What if we had like, and I know I overused ravines. What if we had? Oh nope, don't move Ghost Flame. There's the no man. Clouds are hard to click once you put them in. They disappear. That's the canyon crater. Yeah, fog river, Paul. That's kind of what I was going for. I was going to try to fill this crater with like fog down at the bottom, and then put a couple of ravines in that that would, you know, fill them with fog at the bottom. I thought that could be kind of cool. All right, so we're going to drop that cloud there. Let me just go ahead. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab everything in this little crater area, and we're going to group it all together. Okay, we almost got it all. You, and then big crater, group. Boom, there we go. Oh, no, missing one more. Group. There we go. Okay, we got the crater. It's all put together now. So what I want... Oh, you know what? It's going to mess with my Nah, it's not going to work. Might be too much work. I was going to try to fill the fog in here, um, but there's going to be so much layering involved in it. It's got to go. It's got to go behind these front crystals, but in front of the well and the flame, but then behind it on the backside and in front of the crystals on the back. That's going to be a lot of layering work. Maybe not worth it. I still do like the Fog Canyon idea, kind of. Kind of like you have to. It very much reminds me of the Barrow Downs from Lord of the Rings. Of like, you come up over a hill, and you can see that you have to descend down into the fogs ahead of you before you can come up on the next hill. I kind of like that, y'all. Ooh, you know what we could even have hills throughout, with just like a sea of fog beneath it, and all you really see is the hilltops above it. I'm actually really digging that idea. Let's play around with that a hot minute. So we're gonna need some big hills in here. I don't know why they're slightly rotated, like that. Nope, still rotated. And let's just slap down some hills. Yeah, Josh, it could be like its own area, right? I guess it's not really a plain, would it be? You're right, Paul. Because they are supposed to be plains. That's a good point. Alright, we have to do that somewhere else then, because I love the idea, but I think y'all are right. It wouldn't make it a plain at that point. We'll slap it up in here. Maybe this is where it's going to go. Don't mind all the text I've grouped up here for later. Alright, we're just going to put some hills here. I'm just going to build a little proof of concept up top. Oh, that looks cool, y'all. What was the opacity on these? 84. There we go. Just a little more fog here just to demonstrate the concept. Grab this one, plop it down, give it a rotation. Yeah, something like that. Alright, so that's enough. That shows me what I want to do with it. We'll do that again in future. Jake Hartman says the extremely pointy and jagged planes of contradiction. That does sound like a name that I would have in this book. 100%. Alright, but that brings us back to what to do with the planes of abandoned hope and paralyzing fear. Once again. What to do with it? How do we finish it? I'm just going to browse the stamps and see if I can't find some inspiration. There are creatures, Paul. I just feel like they're not quite right for at this scale of map, you know? Some rock arches, caves, waterfalls, chasms. We already got some chasms there. Plains are supposed to be a little plain. That's very true. I just want them to look a bit more than what they look empty at this point almost. Bridges, houses, lighthouses, a lot of buildings. Some ruins if we did want to stick some in here. That, you know what though, that instantly makes it look like the worm waste from our other map right down, or the wither worm, that's what we called it. It looks that ruin is the same one we use down here with the fog, and it looks way too similar if we use that. I think it's even got the gray vibe to it, right? Slendy, welcome in, buddy. Good to see ya. Happy Friday. Paul, you said, I think ultimately the question is what makes someone abandon hope and be paralyzed with fear? I don't know. An endless editing session. That's my answer. Oh, thank you, Slendy. That's nice of you to say. It's a good shirt. You can't see, but I love it. It rolls like halfway on my arms here, and I love it. Like right mid of the forearm. I'm a fan. It's hard to get a shirt to stay right there. Here we go, guys. I found the solution. This is how we make it look creepy. Oh, Josh, I do love that idea. Looking into the reflection of the crystals, no bueno. See bad things. Say I'm too scary? You're right, you're right. This is a PG stream. We can't be going that hardcore. PG-13 maybe. I'm interested in these old walls. It could be kind of cool. Of course, we got caves. I liked the burrow idea. Could show them the tax bill. They owe to the Dark Lord. Y'all, someone, I think it was on YouTube, mentioned the idea of a cease and desist letter, and 1000% that's going in book 2. The Dark Lord, it's already a running joke that he's trademarked, right? His name is trademarked, so I'm going to fully have his lawyers sending cease and desist letters to people in book 2. My God. Look at this thing. What's going on with that? That is horrific. I hate everything about that. Paul, that sounds exactly canonical. This is exactly how that would play out. I think we've kind of gone through all the assets. Someone mentioned quicksand. I don't know that. We could make a whirlpool look like something like that, maybe. I don't really know, though, y'all. I mean, that was the whole library for Fantasy World. Maybe we just got to leave it for a bit. Maybe we got to sit on it. Yeah, Jackie-Ann, I do like it. We have an obelisk here. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong. There we go. Let's see. There it is. We do have an obelisk there that is in the book. If I could click away from it. There we go. So I don't want to reuse that too much. Yeah, that's exactly it. Oh, Josh, I love the giant antlion idea. That's cool. But Impage, you're spot on. The things that make planes can't be seen from high above. So it's almost like, do we make it so barren that it does stand out, you know? All right, well, I'm not sure of the answer. What did you say, Jake? Have a spring-loaded knife pop out of the letter? Cool. Well, I'm going to leave it for a little bit because I don't have an answer on it. But what I'm going to do, I'm feeling the inspiration for these mountains up here, these kind of hills. So I'm going to work on that for a hot minute. Let's get this text out of here. Throw it down here for now. All right. Oh, and the Rapids of Regret need to be somewhere around here. Here we go. We got room to work on our spooky hilltops. I really like it, though. I really like how those look. I want to put... some creepy trees down in there, but they're not going to be very visible through the smoke, the fog. So what type of trees? I think conifers would be really creepy in here. All right, let's scale them correctly. Oh, they're not the right stamp type. I always do that. Hold, please. We find it. Get some baobab trees. I don't know how to say it. Baobab? Boab? Kind of cool, though. Mandori, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Paul, you said you hear footsteps just behind you the entire time. Whispered voices, constantly see shadows. Yeah, that would get you, dude. If you saw my Lord of the Rings online stream on last Saturday, we arrived in the region of Angmar, and it wears you down. It's so creepy. There's like, as you're just doing quests there's like ghost voices in the back of your head, and you hear them like go from one side to the other, and they're always like whispering and stuff. It's very creepy. Mandori, we were working on the Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear right here. But I can't think of how to finish it at the moment, so we're going to sit on it. We're going to pop up to these mountains, these hilltops up here, and I've got inspiration for like hilltops with just clouds beneath them and like a creepy forest down in there. So right now I'm just trying to pick what kind of tree we want, and I think a conifer of some sort. So let's get into the right asset pack and grab a conifer. Wow, that's big. There we go. Hey, welcome in, Lady Strange. Happy map making Friday, Fantasy Map Friday to you. Good to see you. Alright, there's our conifer. That's about the right size, right? It matches the other trees, maybe a little bit small. Good enough. Let's go stick some conifers up here. Oh, Mandori, I like that question. I think we should put some villages on the hilltops. I think that would be really cool. AJ, you posted your map of what you're working on in Discord? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look real quick. Post it in ArtShare? You did. Daradinia. Cool. Hey, good start. Unless it's intentional that you have these sharp edges on your lake, I'd probably rough those up a little bit, make them look more natural. But I always love a forest crowded up on the edge of a lake. Super cool. Hey, keep it going. I hope it goes well. Got dual map making going on here. Alright, let's stick these trees down in here. Whole bunch of trees. They definitely look too big. Well, actually, you know what? We got to size the hills correctly, because I just realized as I was looking. Let's put one of these hills by the mountains and look what happens. They're way off in scale, right? Something more like that. Oh, TikTok has detected inactivity. It hasn't done that to me in a while. Let's currently prove to TikTok that I'm alive. It's not an inactive stream. All right. This is close. Oh, until I accidentally. Paul, a cow is always watching no matter where you go. The cow is there. Spooky cows. All right, these look about the right size when I compare them to the hills already extant on the map. So we'll get rid of you guys. This is going to be my hill stamp size from now on. Boy, it is tiny. It's tiny though, isn't it? That's an interesting question to scale. How do we solve that real quick? Oh, Melissa Lee, thank you. Oh, you know what? I got a bunch of thanks to give. Aaron, Harpy, other name, Melissa. Oh, well, the first three, Aaron, Harpy, other name. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate y'all. Re-upping that stream team. You guys got to be up there in levels now. What are your levels at? And then Melissa Lee with the Go Popular Award. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. That's what it's from. Okay, you just leveled up. That's what that's from. Well, for a level up, I think 2 goblins are in order. So, there you go. 2 more for your collection. You gotta be up there now. 4 or 5 goblins, easily. You know the rules with them, right? I think we need to go mountains. I think we need to go mountains with these instead of hills, just because they're looking a bit off. Let me see if I grab like one of these. Nope, that's fire. Mountain, please. I just want to stick a mountain in here to get a perspective. They would look too similar. Oh, Jackie-Ann, you shared the map your kid made. Hold on, we gotta look at that. Wow! I love the ships in here. I think it's a little bit off screen. How do I show it to you? Here we go. You can see them right there. Just a bunch of ships coming on down the coast. I love... This is adorable. Jackie-Ann, I love it. I love that we got the young map-making crowd going here. I see they really like towers. This is amazing. Please tell them they did an incredible job, and I'm very proud of them. That's amazing. Yo, there was a shot that Jackie-Ann shared last time. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Look, here's the artist in question, beginning work on their map. I love that. Amazing. Yeah, that's very creative. I'm very proud. Learning well, learning quick. He'll have to tune into more map streams to keep building those skills. Alright, let's Sloyd, love the snowy coniferous bullets. That kid is going places. Alright, so I really love the idea of these hills up in here with the clouds around them. I just worry they're not looking the right scale next to the mountains, but I guess when I zoom out, they look okay. They look kind of okay. Let's focus on them. I think that works. I think that works. Well, let's build them anyway. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. What do we think, chat? Does the mountains with the clouds around, or the hills, I guess, do they vibe with the size of the mountains next to them? I think they do. That one guy, good morning. Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Alright, we're not going to overdo the hills here. I want just a few of them to really stand out. Why are they all rotated? I must have rotated the stamp at one point, and they're all pasting in rotated a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Very tall hills in here. Alright, so now let's get the trees placed. The problem is, here's the issue, y'all. This is the stamp size that we sized the trees to be, right? Gondor calls for aid. Put some beacons up there. I love it. So this is a tree size, right? Because like if you look at, you paste that tree next to my other tree, boom, it works. You paste it down here. It's a little bit big, but like it kind of, you know, it's close, right? It really should be like that size. But then when you paste in a tree that size up here, it's taller than the hill. Perspective is hard, y'all. Perspective is hard. Which means the hills... So it's really that the trees in the swamp are probably too big, which sets everything off a little bit. Maybe we just... Let's just slap some trees down in here and see how we like it. Beneath the clouds, yeah, they look way too big. They're totally off on scale. I don't know how to fix that though. It's like it's okay in the swamp. In the swamp, the trees are fine. In the plains, the trees are fine, and up here they're too big. Let's see if maybe a different tree stamp might help us out. Go here so y'all can see what stamps I'm looking at somewhat. Maybe something like this would fit a bit better. Let's see. It could be that size. That's the right size next to swamp trees for the most part. So let's try that. It's still so big compared to the hills. Oops, deleted the fog. Stay there, please, fog. I like you a lot. I could Control Z, but I'm a bit far down the line of pasting things. So there we go. Handled. Get our cloud back in there. Kooky, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. I know you've been busy lately. How's it going? All right. We still got these scale issues going on, y'all. It's kind of unraveling the whole thing now because the trees here, if you put them next to the mountains that we started the map with, they're bigger than the mountains. But, you know, it has to be viewable from all the way up here, so you can't worry about that too much, I guess. I'm so bad at scale sometimes. So how do we fix it? I guess we just don't worry about it too much, right? Overthinking it, perhaps? Let's go ahead and get a save. Sip of coffee. We'll think about it. Happy Friday indeed. Kooky, you've been reading and drawing. That sounds lovely. Maybe I'm over worrying about the trees. Let's just slap them on in here. I'm gonna do the fog last though, because it's gonna make the trees difficult to do. So we're gonna put a bunch of smaller trees in here. I know it's ugly. It's ugly when you start, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Trust in the process. I want a different sort of tree here. These redwoods? Yeah, it's a sequoia. That's pretty cool. Look, I'm not above putting some sequoias in there, but they don't look right. The stamp scaling, the level of detail. The wisteria tree? I don't know which one that is. It's purple. Alright, we'll look for it. We got fay trees. Purple willow. Well, a huge willow fan, but you tend not to see willows among conifers. Alright, come on now, Alex. There's gotta be something here. Mushroom trees. Cherry trees. I got a whole bunch of trees. I'm gonna take some just trees right now. We're not going to see these in too much detail, so I think it's largely okay. They're really just here as like an undergrowth type thing. Impish says it's a fantasy land and you draw the line at conifers? Well, you gotta draw the line somewhere. Oh, that wasn't a bad spot. Alright, now we're just going to fill in some underbrush with these bushes. Oh, sorry guys, I keep being on the zoomed out view. There we go. Alright, here's our forest. It don't look like much at the moment, but we're going to make a cloud in there and it's going to look like something. Just need to make sure that the clouds are on the top layer above everything. More clouds. Need like this one. Let's make it bigger. Let's rotate it a little bit. Boom, cloud there. Who doesn't love a really creepy cloudy forest? Hide those trees. Don't mind me just placing an infinite amount of fog here. But Hilltop, you need to be above the fog. In fact, all of you do. And then we need more fog. I missed this hilltop. There we go. It's interesting. The hills need to be above the fog, but a little bit in it as well. Because, like, see how this one... Sorry, I don't... That one right in here, it has, like, dark lines coming above the fog. I don't want to do that too much. It kind of... It makes it stand out too much above it. So we'll work on that. A little bit of fine-tuning required to get this effect. What are we going to name this area, y'all? Need some name suggestions. This is an original area we're creating that has not existed previously. It is not mentioned in the book. So we need some names for it. Hey, Snow, welcome in. Good to see you. Fantasy Map Friday, indeed. We are here. And we are fantasy. Alright, I think the hills need to be in the fog, but I just need to keep the fog, yeah, away from their tops like that. So it's going to be a manual thing for each of these. kind of like that. I'm digging it. Could use tiny fogs to fine-tune the hilltop visibility. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. As long as I'm like highlighting it right though, you see it stays behind the hill, which is good. Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, the tiny fog is going to be good for outlining these hills. Love that. That's how it should look, y'all. Look at that. That's just like cradled in there. The only issue is the little fogs have a different density on them. So they stick out a little bit. So if we lower their opacity, that'll probably fix it. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. There we go. Right in there. I like that. Get a quick save. I think we found out how to do it. Hey, Kayla Browning. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Friday, y'all. We made it. Oh. Whew, one more work day and then the weekend. What the cat dragged in. Welcome in. That's a fun name. Kayla, you got any good weekend plans coming up? I hope so. Weekend, you gotta have some fun. Even if that is just sitting at home on the couch, watching TV or reading a good book, which is, aside from building some furniture, that will be my weekend, and I'm very excited about it. There we go. There's another little fog. Love it. All I got to do is I just got to, smudge up the bottom of the hills, and then, the tops really stand out nicely, I think. If we zoom out, how does it look? It looks a little bit, it stands out a bit too much, in my opinion. I guess all the regions really do. It feels like the fog is a little too bright up in here. And I do not know how to change that because there's so much fog that I've thrown in there. Yeah, I want to darken it, but this is like 30 different patches of fog. It's going to be really hard. I think what I need to do is group all the trees together so that I can lock that layer and then work just with the fog. That's a lot of going back, though. Kayla, you're going to a funeral tomorrow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you'll be there to support your friend. My apologies for the loss. That's rough. That's really, really nothing to say. That's just rough. Yeah, I could lower the opacity of the fog, but there's so much of it in here. I can try to select it all. It's going to take a hot minute to find it all. Alright, that was a good chunk of it I grabbed, so let's group it, lower its opacity, and then we can throw it back in there. I think we might have to just restart with the fog. Yeah, exactly. Once I lower some, others will stand out. So we're gonna start it fresh, and we're gonna do it correct this time. And we're gonna start by grouping the trees for the most part. All right, there we go. No more fog. Oh, you know what? I know what we need to do down here. I totally forgot about this, y'all. My favorite thing. We gotta paint. We gotta paint the landscape a little bit in here. We gotta do a bit of that. All right, I want to grab a darker green too. Grassland. That's probably okay, but let's grab something even darker. I want this to be like, Pacific Northwest-ish. I mean, if it's constantly in fog, right? It's gonna be really wet. So I need some verdant green in here. I think that's the right color. I just need to now splotch it, smudge it, you know, the wet on wet painting style. Something kind of like that. And now we'll grab the less green. We're going to mix this one in. There we go. Okay, now we've got a good base layer there. Hoa 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 vibes? It says Sam? I don't know what that is. What are you talking about, Sam? Josh, the Dark Lord does not canonically have a wife yet. He's too busy trying to conquer the world. Okay, so now we're gonna grab these trees. We're gonna deselect the hilltops. I fear though when I group these trees, it's gonna put them all in one layer. But it looks like they're okay. It looks like they're not gonna mess with the hills too much. Yeah, the greenness was really needed, right? Now when we put the fog over it, it's going to make more sense. It's going to look better. I'm going to go ahead and save that because I'm really proud of that. The base layer of building we've done there. And then we're going to put clouds back. Alright, so let's get that opacity right about there, maybe. And let's start getting this fog thrown in. You know what? Hold on, Alex. There are ways to do this. We gotta do it one step at a time. We gotta do the little fog first. Outlining the hills. So we're gonna tilt this. We're gonna make it a little bit smaller. Boom, there's one. Let's grab another one, and we're gonna rotate. I just like when it rotates. I want to rotate the stamp I'm getting ready to place, not the stamp I just placed. There we go. Look at that. That's how we're going to do the hills, y'all. Melissa sent hamster frowning? Oh, no. Oh, I see some folks got the reference. What is this? I'm going to have to look that up after stream. I've never heard this reference before. Impage, you think lower the brightness? Oh, yeah, the brightness would be a good thing to lower here. Good point. Yeah, so it stands out less. That's the look I was going for. Sick. That's going to be it, y'all. Okay, so let's outline those hills. And then we will do the big fog over top of everything else. Oof, I love this. Now we are getting there, y'all. This is gonna do it. Hey, we got there. It took a little bit. But we got there. Dennis, good morning. Good to see you. You said name idea, the hills of obfuscating mist and definitely no conifers. Very accurate name. Alright, I think I like that. AJ, you finished your map? Congratulations. Feel free to drop it in Discord so we can take a look at it. You were working quick on that. Alright, let me give one more here. You dropped it in Discord? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. I was thinking it was one from before. Well, no kidding. Yeah, oh wait, y'all can't see it. There we go. You were working quick on that. I like it. Hey, it does the job, right? I like the river that divides it all. Always need a good river. Very good, AJ. Rock on. Thank you for joining me in the map making. Oh, I don't know what I just moved. Alright. That's what it was. I placed this fog on accident, but we're going to use it anyway. A little bit low on the opacity there, huh? I don't think I've lowered it, though. It just looks weird. Impage says it. Yeah, I agree. Does look like a old school JRPG, doesn't it? Need to do some power leveling in there. Oh no! Don't move this. Can I lock this layer? I feel like that's something that it should let us do, but I've not messed with layers too much in this program. We'll just try not to click it. Slendy, you would make a map, but I feel like there's a but coming in there. Why won't it let me grab? Why are the trees like, it wants to select the trees over the fog now? It wasn't doing that a minute ago, right? Like, y'all saw that? That's fog. I really wish I could lock this. Or like turn it off. That is one tool we're missing in here. Most graphics editors I work with, I would be able to lock the tree group so that I can't click it and interact with it, which is a great way to, you know, work with it, work around it. Oh, that's gonna look good. Yes. Love those misty top. They're like, see, this is the vibe I was going for. You got the hilltop, right? And then you can just see the treetops down there as we sink into mist. So, Raffi, welcome in. There he is. I told you he'd show up. We always got Raffi hanging out around here. How you doing, buddy? You got to sleep in? Good for you. Good for you. You deserve that, Raffi. You don't sleep in very often. You need that rest. I hope your eyes are not hurting too bad. You got that extra rest, feeling more rejuvenated for the day. All right, I think the hilltops are outlined, y'all. I think now we can put the rest of the fog in here. Raffi, you didn't miss much except me agonizing over how to finish the planes of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear. I guess you missed me abandoning hope and being paralyzed in fear as I try to work on the planes of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear. And now we created a new region that we're polishing off up here that needs a name still. Oh, don't move the trees. Y'all, we're on a journey with Inkscape here. We are seeing all the cool things you can make with it and finding all of the ways that you can break it. Particularly in having too many groups on top of each other and not being able to select the thing that you need. Love that. I love this sea of fog. What a cool idea. Is it gonna look? It looks okay at the high level zoom, right? Almost still a little bit too dense, maybe. I can lock a layer. Man, I'm glad that you're there. Let's see. Let me see if I can find that on the top right of your screen. Alright, so I had the layer panel hidden, so let's see. I opened it up. That's the tree layer. Boom. Thank you. Alright, it's locked. Yes, thank you. I figured it might have that feature somewhere. Impage, you are my savior. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed. Yeah, see guys, now it won't select the trees. That's exactly what I needed. Love it. Y'all, on the zoom out, how do we feel about the trees there? Or the fog in the trees? Does it stand out too much still? Does it still need to be like lowered on its opacity? I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Like you could tell that it's fog over trees, I think. Maybe in here, this hilltop's a little bit. Uh, there we go. Now it's sticking out more. That's what I'm looking for. That's a good question, Raffi. I do not know what's between there. We'll have to figure it out. Hot springs? I can see hot springs. It kind of makes sense. I think we need one more, like, right in here. It needs to be behind the hill. There we go. AJ, enjoy the coffee. Hope it's a good one. Alright, I think the last thing that this kind of needs is some bigger fog that's a little lower on the map. Kind of like in here. I almost want to lower the opacity on it. As you know, so the fog is getting less thick as you're getting to the edges of this area. All right, what are we thinking? We like it? I think the effect's not as good as I wanted it to be. Get a quick save. What do we think, y'all? I'm not in love with it. It's not an instant, like, yes, like, that it is for everything else. There's potential, though. Especially if we put some stuff on top, on top of the hills. Let's go ahead and get these hills all grouped up. Actually, I was going to mess with the layering. Yeah, it is hard to see the trees from afar, right? Like, I don't love that. If I put it to... Yeah, it's an opacity thing. Make the trees stretch a bit beyond the fog. We could do that. Yeah, you're right, Impage. The more I overlap the mist, the more the opacity goes away, and that's probably where the issue is coming from. Hold on, let's do this. We're gonna group the hills. That did mess with the layering like I was afraid of. Alright. I know what to do. We're gonna grab everything here, then we're gonna deselect the hills. Now we should only have fog. Boom. And we're gonna lower its opacity and see what that does for us. Kind of like that. I think I see that. That looks better already, y'all. I think that stands out a little more. But you can still see the trees and stuff in there. Yeah, I think that's where we're looking for, something to that effect. And there's still a couple too many layers of fog here in some areas. So let's just manually adjust opacity on those. What do we think? Y'all liking this better? I think I like this. It's hard to work in this top right corner and keep it on screen for y'all. Good fog. Alright, good fog. Lock selection. There you go. Very nice. Thank you, Impage. That makes sense. That's a feature most programs have. I just sometimes am bad at finding them, I guess. Alright. I like it. I like it. I think that's good progress. I'm trying to think of what else we can do here. It almost feels like we need a few more trees down in here. It's a little bit unnatural with just like that sharp line of trees right in there. So let's get into the layers again. I guess I'm actually going to need to rename this layer since it's important. Uh-oh, I lost it. There it is. Okay. Can I rename it? Doesn't look like it. All right, we'll just add some trees in there, and then we'll add them to the layer. Something kind of like that. Let's throw some of these bushes that I've been using in here. I don't even know if y'all can see what I'm working on off screen. Sorry. There we go. There's our bush. Another one. Thicken it up a bit in here. I think we're looking good now. Kind of needed these bushes on the edge. Yeah, that sounds tough, Impage. TikTok is very weird about what it censors in chat. Alright, there we go. I'm digging that. Maybe I've got a weird urge to put a lake in here. Maybe this is a bad idea. Yeah, because I'm going to have to get rid of the trees, and I don't want to mess with all that. Put a little lake right in there. Nah, too much. Too much. Alright. I think that's looking good. Well, think on a name, y'all. We need a name for this region. We've got hilltops surrounded by foggy, creepy forest down below. And the other names in this area are the Citadel of Shadow and Sin, the hoodoos of Who Goes There, the Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear, the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. Jake, you said fjords? Kind of. No, there's no water, though. Fjords are mountains that run into water. Kooky, you say Murky Hills of Befuddlement, Village in the Hidden Mist. I do like the befuddlement idea. Most of the names try to play on a repeating sound. Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. Hoodoos of Who Goes There. Is there anything we can do with befuddlement? Yeah, like a Hidden Hills type deal, Slendy. You're spot on there. Something to that effect. Foggy forest, maybe, but something that's a little more creepy sounding. Yeah, I don't know. Thinking. Mist Hill Mega Mole Holes. Mole Holes. Why can't I say mole? Mole Hills. Mole Hills. Mole Holes is really hard to say. I made my own tongue twister. Forest of Forgotten Fog. Yeah, see, that's kind of the vibe. That's kind of the vibe. I kind of dig that. We'll write it down for the moment. I don't think it's quite there, but it's a good start. Stupefying smog space. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and there's a lot of text right now. Get some of it out of here. What is this layer? It's a big piece of fog. We're going to lock you because you are in the way. There we go. Forest of Forgotten Fog. Something like that, I think, is definitely the direction we're looking for. Need a slight curve on it. Yeah, I mean, that's still too much. The curves look good, but if you overuse them, they start to look silly. Forgotten Fuddle Forest. Y'all are going hard on the sound repetition. I also really don't like how you have one curve going this way and one curve going this way. It doesn't look good next to each other. So we might need to put the Forest of Befuddling Bog. Yeah, just change everything that's an F to a B. The best way to play it. I do kind of like having this text here because the fog, technically the text is a layer above the fog, but it does look like it's kind of blending into it anyway, which feels really appropriate. Befuddling bunches of hilltops. You guys are in the right. You're in the right mindset there. Forest of Forgotten, bounding hills of blind befuddlement. I appreciate the commitment to befuddle. What a wonderful word to use. Flabbergasted Forest, also love that. Jake Hartman on YouTube, the maligned molehill marshes. Y'all just trying to make up tongue twisters for me at this point. All right, well, we're gonna think on that one. I think this is good progress for today. I wanted to get the bounding hills of blessed bewilderment. That's interesting, Impage, because I'm thinking about blessed bewilderment playing into the whole idea of like ignorance is bliss, but in a sinister way of like you kind of forget. Almost like, all right, so here's kind of the concept of the lore I'm thinking here. When you're on one of the hilltops, you can see and remember clearly. Your thoughts are clear. And when you go into the fog, they get cloudy, fogged up. You get confused and whatnot. And you either stay in that state as long as you're in the fog, and if you can get back up one of the hilltops, you can see clearly again. You can think clearly. So like if you were trying to get out, you could see, if you were right up in here, you could see, oh, I need to go south, right? But as soon as you descend into this fog, you all get cloudy and like messed up and confused. And you forget what direction you were trying to do, Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to make a note about that. All right, so what... Forgetful Fog. Now, what was it you said? Bounding Hills of Blessed Bewilderment. I feel like there's something we could work with there. Forest of Forgetful Fog. I like. I really like Bewilderment or Befuddle. I'm just writing it down so we can think about it. Bewilderment, Befuddle, and I like Bliss or Blessed. I feel like it's like Blissful Befuddlement. That's a lot to say. And Blessed Bewilderment. I think Blessed Bewilderment is best. Alzheimer's Forest. Oh, God. Find Your Smile says Befoggled. I do like that. I do like that. Hills of Brain Fart Fog. I'm almost, y'all, I kind of feel like the most ominous thing to do would just be... I don't know if I spelled that right. Let's get a spell check. Yeah, looks like I did. Wow. I almost feel like it would be really creepy just to call it, like, don't even like name the region by its topography. Just call it the Blessed Befuddlement, um, or the Blessed Bewilderment, something like that. It almost makes it sound like a good thing, but it's really, not. Once you get into the fog and you just can't think straight and you get confused and turned around. I think I wanted it to be bewilderment, though. Blessed Bewilderment. I'm kind of liking that. What do we think? I think it's ominous to have it be a little less descriptive than everything else around here. Maybe it needs a "the" on the front of it. The Blessed Bewilderment. I kind of dig that, y'all. I feel like that's like majestic but also creepy at the same time. Yeah, kind of like the spine in Aragon. That was a powerful name, wasn't it? Just the spine for that ridge of mountains. That's. It's funny you mentioned that, Jack Ann. That has been stuck in my head for years. I absolutely cannot forget that as a name for a mountain range. I love it. The spine of the world. All right, think on it, guys. But I'm gonna leave it as Blessed Bewilderment for now. I think that's just such a creepy thing to call it. Um, do we want? Do we want anything on top of the hills? I originally was thinking there'd be like little villages up there or something. I think I like that idea. Let's just real quickly see if we can put some buildings up there. Let me look at my other buildings that I have. You can see goblins partying there for the stupefying effects. Gondor calls for aid. Gondor calls for aid. I saw that earlier, if that's what you're asking about. That's kind of what I'm thinking, Josh. The forest and the fog makes you forget. And then... Ooh, sorry. Jake Hartman just totally derailed me there. Bewildering Brain Fog Barrows. I think we could work Barrow in here. Oh, Find Your Smile. Great suggestion as well. Hold on. We gotta do a lighthouse is perfect in here. So hold on. Two thoughts. We're gonna grab a lighthouse. I'm just gonna stick it in there. I wish there was one with actually a light on top of it. But for now, we're gonna plop that down so I don't forget that we wanted to do the lighthouse. But I think working Barrow into the name would be really good. Yeah, like a Hotel California situation, Jake Hartman. Exactly. I want to work Barrow into this, like the Barrows of Blessed Bewilderment. That's kind of creepy, right? Wow, Impage, we got to the same exact place at like the same time, dude. That's exactly what I'm going for. Yeah. The Barrows of Blessed Bewilderment. It's a lot of B's, but I mean, we're playing with the names here. But y'all, I want to write the lore for this place now. This is awesome. Can I please select the name? There it is. Impage, I love that we got to that like the exact same moment. That's a creepy name, y'all. The Barrows of Blessed Bewilderment. Oof. I really wanted Barrow in there because Barrow is a hill that I believe doubles as a tomb. I believe that's like the definition. Yeah, a burial mound. Also a castrated male pig. Okay, learned something today. TWG, I have a whole world plotted out kind of to that. TWG asked, have you ever thought about writing a story about an NPC just trying to survive the hero's story? Yeah, that's kind of what I have a whole like world plotted out that I've just called, it's just nicknamed mains right now because the concept is certain people in it are selected to be main characters and fate just like works differently around them, and everybody else is cognizant of the fact that they are secondary in this world to the main characters, and so like everybody avoids main characters like the plague because you don't want to be caught up in plot. It's dangerous if you're not a main character. Josh, what I was thinking with the lighthouse was kind of like what Find Your Smile was suggesting, which good to see you, by the way. Happy Friday, buddy. The lighthouse lures you in, right? It's trying to it's deceptive, right? It lures you to the hilltops. Hey, what's up, Tunes of Chaos? Good to see you again. How you doing on this fine Friday? Alright, well this lighthouse... Oh my god, that's big. Will that lighthouse work a bit better? I'm thinking we could do some shenanigans with this lighthouse. Why is it... Oh, because I have the opacity down. I'm thinking we could do some shenanigans with this. And light up the top of it nicely. But does it fit the other buildings? I think the art style might be a bit off. Yeah, see, the art style is not quite right. We need something... We're on the wrong asset pack. I think it needs to come from Parchment World. Or Fantasy World. We might need to make our own light at the top of it. But I think it would be really cool if there was light at the top of it. Just got a weird thought real quick. Nah, that's not going to work. Alright, let's grab another lighthouse. This one probably works. It is appropriately isometric. Hey, yeah, Tunes. Today we are using inkcarnate.com. I'll drop it in chat here. Inkcarnate.com. It's a free map maker, and we... Oh, hold on. That was not what I meant to do. We are making a map for one of my books. So here's the progress on it. We have Legally Distinct Mordor up here on the top. The Caverns of Whispering Web. And the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. These locations you'll recognize from Wriggly Little Hands if you've read it. And right now we're working on the Barrows of Blessed Bewilderment. Q Clark, welcome in. We keep working on these every Friday until they're finished, which we're getting close on this one. And then we start a new one. And here's the one we did last time, or our first map that we made right here. Take input from chat. We kind of just make it together. So this is a fun one to work on for a while. This took us maybe 6 or 7 Fridays. And I think we're on maybe the 5th Friday for this map. So we're getting there. And right now we're working on this creepy area where there's these barrows, these hills that when you stand on them above the fog, you can see clearly and everything makes sense. But when you descend into the fog, your mind gets all mixed up. Now you're not sad about it. It's kind of nice, right? But you also get lost and confused and don't know where you're going next. Yeah, I agree with you, Impage. The lighthouses do look a bit off. Let's see what we got in the way of towers, maybe, and we can just make a light at the top of it. This I like this. This fits our art style for the map pretty well. Let's see what else we got. Oh man, there are ruins too. Could be cool. Bottom middle tower, you said? Like this, like right around here? This one? That is actually the tower we used in Legally Distinct Mordor. Could use this one. Very creepy, but that is literally just knockoff Barad-dûr. I feel like that's almost a little bit too on the nose. We got this guy here. That's too big with the little windows and stuff in it. Beacon. Let's see if we can search for Beacon. Find Your Smile. Jack Ann, you said, what if an elder sorcerer lives in the lighthouse and keeps up the enchantment to keep everyone away? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Keep everybody away, or, I don't know, maybe lure them in? One of the two. Nothing coming up for Beacon. Find Your Smile. I think tower's still our best bet. We just gotta dig through the towers here. There's some options in here for sure. Oh, you know what? Hold on. If I go to this view, y'all can see the assets a bit better. We could easily make fire off the top of this one. I kind of like the two we have. The Valentine one, yeah. Perfect. Jake Hartman on YouTube, maybe the sorcerer just likes to forget after learning so much. Find Your Smile, you said the thin one changed to a greenish gray. You mean this one right here? That would look beacony if we put fire on top of it. Was that the one you're... hopefully I didn't scroll past it too much. Yeah, okay, that was the right one. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, let's see. Let's do a little color shift. We'll pop back to our main view here. Color. Oh, it's kind of... I just noticed this tower is kind of tilted too. That's actually really cool. I like that. All right, it's like a greenish gray. So we'll grab a green, desaturate a bit. Ooh. How we liking that, y'all? How we liking that? A few bushes in front. We can do that. We can do some bushes. I got a bush back in here. There it is. Nope, that was a tree. There it is. Is the opacity down on those? It is. Whoops. Remind you of Rapunzel? Yeah, I can see that. Are these similar people that live here or different? I don't know. I don't know who lives in here, y'all. But I do like this tower. We're figuring it out as we go along. I love that it's tilted. That's so cool. There we go. Alright, it's kind of like built in there. You want to see the saturation turn down a little bit? It just kind of... I've already got it down. This is no saturation. Or neutral saturation. But if I turn it down a little bit, I like it kind of like there-ish. If we go lower, it just becomes kind of gray. And then what I want to do is I want to put a flame right at the top of this. So let's grab a flame. There we go. It's gonna be so creepy, y'all. Too much, maybe too much use of flame on this map, but too bad. I like it. It looks really cool in the right environment. Flame, I need you to be on top of the tower. Yeah, we're definitely gonna change the color of the flame. Let's get this all grouped up. Move it to here. Flame. There we go. Let's make it a bit smaller. I love the idea that this flame's just like burning off the top of the tower. That looks super cool. Alright, now we need to change the color. What color we want in here, y'all, for this flame? I mean, we got blue, you know. We got a lot of blue going on down here. And then we got red fire, or yellow-red fire. So I think greenish purple could be good. Let's take a look at the green. I think purple could look good too, because purple and green go together nicely. Oh, that's saturation. Oh, that purple looks so good. Blue looks good too, though. Let's turn that brightness up a little bit. Saturation back. Oh, Minas Morgul, you mean, Jackann. Yeah. Green would definitely look like Minas Morgul. Misfits and Fable Beads, welcome in. This is Incarnate, and incarnate.com. Put it in chat for you there. Free map making website. I love it. A lot of fun with it. Find your smile. Push the purple towards red a bit to get a bit of the complementary color in there too. See, this is why I love having artists hanging out, man. Y'all know color theory and such. Push the purple towards the red a bit. All right, so let's get into purple and then get it. It kind of goes pink before it goes to the red. We can do something like that, kinda. It looks... I don't love it as much. I wish there were a few more flame stamps, because it... Oh, you know what? We could actually... I don't want to It'd be really obvious that we're repeating flame stamps, having these down here that are so distinct. So I'm gonna just real quick, and I will change the color, but nah, the other one looked better. All right, we're gonna get this back to like a green. Oh, you liked that one? Smile, you liked it right as I got rid of it. It doesn't like that. Actually makes it look like the top of the tower is on fire. Flip it? Yeah, if we flipped it, it would definitely make it look a bit different. I don't like. I like. It kind of works with the direction of the tower, though. Yeah, we're gonna change the color on it too in a moment. Misfits, you said thank you. So cool. Literally was in the middle of writing my territories and found you. Rock on. Well, hey, welcome in. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and every Friday we make fantasy maps. And hey, we're doing this one together. We're getting there. All right, so are we going back to green on this fire, y'all? Is that kind of what we decided? We didn't like the pink too much, or do we like the purple? I liked the purple best of all. I thought the purple was really creepy. Look at that. That's so cool, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to stick with that. I love it. And thank you, Misfits. I appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Hey, you know what? Special today. Every follow gets a goblin. So this is for you. Here you go. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Don't feed it after midnight. Hide every match in your house. He'll find him anyway, but just at least make it challenging. Y'all like the purple and the green? I agree. I think purple and the green's the way to go with it. Let's go ahead and group that up. Alright, and now we're going to size it down. And we're going to put it on a hilltop in here. Which hilltop, though, is the question. That one, I like it there. Like it kind of works because it's going to run into the top of the map otherwise. But it's weird that it should be right in the front. It feels like it should be somewhere more in the back, you know? It looked good on that hill, though. It really did. Yeah, that's what. Well, I guess it depends on the lore of it. Is it luring people in, or is it warning them away? Because a lighthouse technically, is to lure sailors away from rocks. There we go. That makes it pop out of the mist a little bit. What do we think? We like it there? I think it looks pretty good. Looks like a birthday candle sometimes. Yeah, Misfits. That is a fun idea, right? We're kind of building the lore. So some of these places, Misfits, this is from this map we're making. Just catch you up to speed. Anybody else who's just tuned in? This map is from my book, Wriggly Little Hands, comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip for the Dark Lord, and how they mess everything up along the way. So some of these places, like the Citadel of Shadow and Sin, and the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings, are in the book. They're where the book begins. But a couple places, like the Barrows of Blessed Bewilderment, where we've created original. So I'll have to reference this in future books. Josh, you said goblins have to relight the lighthouse for the Dark Lord's birthday. Like a big old candle. Um, the only thought that I had here, y'all, would be, and this is going to be tough to do, is putting the tower down in the mist more and having just the top of it kind of coming up above it. I don't know if I can do that, though. That might be a bit much. I think I like it there on the hilltop. Let's leave it there for now. Also, there's no other hilltop it can go on based on where I've put the hills. Because it'll be... Oh, that's the fog. It'll be off the map if I put it here or here. So it can only go here or here. It can only be on these front two hills. It's got to be on this one or on this one. Could have it shining up over the title. Interesting. We have kind of played with that before. It's you can see it's a little bit done in here. The goes behind the tower a little bit. I love doing stuff like that. Josh, in the book, the goblins technically go from their village here through the caverns of Whispering Web up to the Citadel, and then on their way back, they come this way, and they get down to Goblin Gate right here, and then this teleports them. So then they teleport out. They don't. The Bright Queen's army, the army of the just, is camped out here, laying siege to the Dark Lord at the start of the book. Yeah, Smile. I like the idea of this being in the mist, but the mist is, I guess it's not one layer, so we could probably drop it in here partially and then raise it above. I think it's going to be tough to do, though. That's a lot of layers to mess with. I think it comes down to, do we like it on that hilltop or the left hilltop? There, I think it looks better on this hilltop. That hilltop's bigger. I think the left fits the map better, but the right one, the right hilltop is bigger, which kind of makes sense to have the big. The biggest hill should have the beacon on it. Oh, it's pretty split in chat. We got 2 lefts and 2 rights. I don't know. It's a tough question. Oh, there's another right. The rights are taking it. Oh, now it's tied again. Oh, Misfits switched. Going with the right side. All right. I think right takes it. Also, we get the advantage of playing with layering with the text if we do this. So let me grab that text. I'm trying to think about how we want to layer it. 2 towers and feuding wizards. Could see that. I'm trying to think about how we could layer this text. Find your smiles going with the Knockers inspiration from Labyrinth. Well, we can see what it looks like with 2 towers if y'all are liking the idea. We'll change the color of the flame, but what do we think about the 2 in there? I think it's a little bit too much, 2 of them. Maybe if we put it on like the... Nah, see, it's not going to work there. Yeah, I think it's too much. It is a fun idea, though. Realistically, I could move one of the hills to give us more room to put one up there. But That's gonna the trees are grouped together. That's gonna require a lot of work to move the hills. I built that whole area around where the hills are presently. All right, so I think last thing we're gonna do for today, we gotta figure out how to get this text in here. Interestingly, obviously the easy way is just to drop it in like that, right? But it looks cool when you can layer it, and the only way I can think to do that is yeah, I can do semi-wavy text. So one thing we could do is we could kind of game the system here. If we make two texts like this, and then we put that one like here, and you make it behind the tower. Interesting. Tower, why don't you go in front? It's just you gotta. It's a balance between making it look good and making it readable. I need to do the spacing. If I up the spacing on this a little bit, we might be able to get there. Whoa, that was a bit much. So is it 0? Can we do like a 0.5? Sure. Nah, it's not doing it. 0.5 is the smallest I can up it. I think that looks wrong. Keep it at a 0 then. Because what I was going to do is like one... Oh, sorry, that's way off screen. Sorry, y'all. One, Blessed Bewilderment is in front. I like it behind the fire, more readable. Yeah, and then the one on top, just the of, is behind the fire a little bit. Kind of like that. There we go. And now you gotta be in front. Something like that. It's a little bit far apart, but I'm having a layering issue. When I drag this up, it defaults to being behind the tower, which I don't really want. And it's already on the top layer. So I need to move this down. There we go. And now I need to grab. So you can move to like there. More like this. It needs to be centered and like you. And then that's fog. We need to make barrows back behind the fire again. Alright, so how are we doing? It's okay. You like it a lot, Misfits? Alright, well that's good to hear. I think it's okay. But yeah. Alright, rock on. Well, there we go, guys. A new region has been added. The Barrows of Blessed Bewilderment. I love it. Creepy. I'm going to write the lore for this after stream here. I'm going to take some notes about what we said about it because I really like it. Y'all, thank you for the help with that. Let's hit save. Make sure we get that locked in. Y'all, great job. I wanted to get more work on the planes of abandoned hope and paralyzing fear today, but just couldn't think how to finish them off. So let's think on that. Think on that one, y'all. I want to get this region like topped off pretty good. But the rest of the map's coming along. I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. I'm going to turn off all chat for a minute. Combine chat so we can really get a good look at the map. There we go. There's my fitting it on screen pretty well. Yo, I think it looks good. I dig it. Thank you for the help. Appreciate your input. The Barrows of Blessed Bewilderment makes me really happy. I can't wait to write something in that area. What a cool little region to add in there. We'll need to work on the middle area here, the transition point. Maybe the hot springs people were saying. We could figure that out. And then we got to finish off the plains, and then there's just a little bit more to fill in. We got a border region, one region here, and one region here. So not much more. Maybe 2 more Fridays. I think we got this bad boy done. Josh said if the queen is at war with the Dark Lord, then you can add war machines to the planes. Yeah, I don't want the map to be too time specific, though. Her siege doesn't, it's there at the beginning of the book, but it's not always been there, the Hoodoos is going to be a fun one to work on. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining me today. This has been fun. Great progress on the map again. Love, love, love it. Love where we got to with it. Thank you, everybody, for your input. Especially my artist popping in here, giving me that color theory and good placement suggestion. So as we wrap up, let me just give a shout out to Sam Shell and Josh, Jack and Marie, author and editor, Slendy, other name wasn't available, Lady Strange 91, Sloyd, Find Your Smile, Misfits and Fables Beads, Tunes of Chaos, I'm not saying that name, it has a curse word in it, JC Meadows, that one's just cross star, heart star cross, and K Bob A. Thank you for being here with me today, folks. And also everybody on YouTube, including Roxana and Jake Hartman. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me today. This has been Fantasy Map Friday. As you know, every Friday we're here making fantasy maps. And the rest of the week it looks a bit more something like this, and we do writing. And then next Wednesday, I think we're going to do our opening lines again, if y'all remember that game. That's going to be a good one. So be thinking about books that have good opening lines that you like. Next Wednesday, I want to do another stream where we read them, we talk about why they work. So it should be fun. But folks, thanks for being here. As always, these are my books. They're on Amazon and Audible and paperback, ebook, and audiobook. If any of them look interesting to you, please go grab a copy. I'd appreciate it. It supports the stream. Of course, this is the newest one, Wriggly Little Hands, and it's the one I'd suggest if you like fantasy comedy and you want to spend a little more time in this world that we're making here. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate everybody being here, and as always, a special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which have provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thanks to community member Raffi the Engineer. Raffi, thank you, my friend, for making our 5th background song, Midnight at the Round Table. Lastly, folks, if you've enjoyed the stream, please give me a follow so I can catch you on the next one. And we will be back Monday for our write-along stream. If not, before, for maybe a little weekend stream. Maybe we play some more Lord of the Rings online or something. We'll see. But until then, folks, thank you for joining me today. Been an absolute pleasure having you. Y'all have a good weekend. If you want to hang out with the community outside of stream, don't forget we have our Discord. I'll drop a link for it. Or you can go to my link tree in my bio and grab it off there. But there we go. There's the link tree. There's the Discord if you want to hang out with this community off a stream. Until then, folks, hey, have a good one. I appreciate you being here. Have an incredible weekend. Be excellent to each other. We'll see you next time. Peace out, folks.